Good morning, it's Anne McDowell on day 5 of my 30-day video challenge, and today we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, talking about fear. Now, did you have a chance to think about whether your fears were real or imaginary? Now, it's a very important thing that you do, and you do work it out eventually when you have a bit of a chance, but I'll give you an example of what I mean. A friend of mine, I won't mention names, was going on a cruise, and she has had a history of being a little bit motion sick, have motion sickness. But she was very worried, very, very worried about going on this cruise around the Pacific Islands, and because she thought that she was going to be ill. And I spoke to her, I said, but you know, get some medication, get an injection, you can get all these things, preventative measures to prevent you from being sick on that particular time. And she said, oh, no, I'm just going to be sick, I'm going to be sick. I said, well, you're going to turn this into a self-fulfilling prophecy where you will actually be sick on the cruise. And she said, okay, I'll go and get the stuff. So anyway, cut to the chase, she went on the cruise, came back, and I said, were you sick? And she said, no, I wasn't. I had a great time. I said, you worried? And it turned out, and I counted, it was 88 days prior to her journey when she started worrying. She worried for 88 days. 88 days was what she worried about. And the thing was, she wasn't even sick. So the fear then became overwhelming and imaginary. And it was like, oh my goodness, I wasted all this time. So when you're looking at business, when you're looking at, going into business for yourself, you need to understand whether it's whether it's going to be for you right now, and if it's not, that's fine. But you need to then work out, if you are going to move forward in business, identify what's holding you back. If you find that there's something that's significant that is holding you back, and that's fine, but recognize that sometimes your fears can limit you, and they can get in the way of you moving forward, whether it be in anything in life, business or pleasure or adventure or whatever. So when you're looking at fear, think about how you're going to identify it, then overcome it. So I look at then, sitting down quietly by myself and writing down what I'm frightened of. Am I frightened that people will look at me strangely? Am I frightened that I'm going to fail? Am I frightened that I'm going to lose some money? And then I think to myself, at the end of the day, what's going to be important? What if none of this happens? What if none of this bad stuff happens? What if it's all good and it's just positive from woe to go? I'll have missed out. I'll have missed out in trying. The thing about fear is it stops you from trying. And the song by Pink, where she says you've just got to get up and try, that's really, it's such a motivational song, because I look at it and think, we all get stuck with horrible things that happen to us in our lives, but it's also about being able to overcome those things and overcome the obstacles and try. And get up the next day and try again, and try something different, and tweak it a little bit more, and then you try something different again. So it's very much about keeping going and never giving up. So overcoming that fear and not letting fear dictate to you in your life. When you recognize whether you are in the driver's seat or the passenger seat of your life, that's a very empowering feeling. So have a think about who is controlling you. Is it a boss? Is it expectation? Is it you? Are you controlling and limiting what you're doing? If you are, then, in order to break free of that, you need to start thinking about what could be. Instead of thinking negative stuff, thinking about what could be and what could be fantastic. Oh my goodness, the world is your oyster. So for the rest of the today, have a think about what is limiting you, what is stopping you from moving forward to the life that you want to have. And if it's something like fear or the fear of failure, then you need to identify how you're going to stop that from happening into your life again. And condition yourself. Read books, be with positive people. Go to energizing meetings, business meetings or whatever, where people are like yourself and are movers and shakers in this town and want to move forward in their lives. So think about that and have a great day. Bye-bye now.